and welcome back to the finale of November Splurge, this little mini-series that I've done this week on games that I got in this very early part of November. On Monday, we talked about games I got on November 1st. November 1st, I went to a store and a flea market, farmer's market, called SS Games and got Cars on Japanese DS. I was really excited about that. The same day, we talked about it on Tuesday, I got some Japanese PS1 games from my friend Chris, and we ended that episode with Monopoly on PS1, which I love Monopoly. On Wednesday, we talked about games that I got on a game store trip on Election Day, November 4th, so that was fun. And then yesterday, we talked about games that I got on a retro game store trip with my friends. So, a lot of cool stuff this week, and we're going to end it with something that you're probably not expecting. If you watched the POW arc back in September, we ended that little mini-series with games that I got from Sweden, from Concept Entertainment, super awesome guy Lars, based in Sweden. Got some really cool POW exclusive games or cool POW variants, and magically it teleported here. I got one more package from Concept Entertainment, and this is how we're going to end November Splurge, with a little unboxing. So they got here, and I am really excited to talk about these things. So yeah, let's dive right into it. I don't know why it came in two packages necessarily, but that's fine. I know there's some cool stuff in here. I didn't research these, so we're kind of just going to talk about it offhandedly, but that's okay. So these first two games that I already see are games that we actually sort of talked about, different versions of them in that episode of Concept Entertainment back then. But basically, Sweden, my motherland, is super into hockey. It's like, of the big four sports that we have here in North America, hockey is the biggest one. So naturally, with a lot of Swedish players in the NHL, when they get NHL games, they have Swedish hockey players on the covers instead of the normal covers that we get here in North America. So the first two games that I just opened are NHL games on Xbox systems. First one is NHL 07 with Henrik Lundqvist on the cover. I can't remember who the original cover was for NHL 07. I have it written down somewhere, but that's okay. I just know that Sweden got this specific variant with Henrik Lundqvist on the cover, and then we also got NHL 10 on Xbox 360 with Nicholas Backstrom on the cover, another Swedish player. Again, I don't remember who was on NHL 10. If I had done the research for it, I would have already had these answers, but I don't remember. I just know that, why is this rated 16? That's kind of interesting. Rated PEGI 16, very funny. Are the NHL games rated T here in North America? I don't think so, but I don't know, kind of interesting. Backstrom and Lundqvist, and I know there's one more NHL game in here, but I'm just going based on what I find first. So let's continue. Let's see. This one's got a little bit more packaging. I gotta bust through. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one for very last, just because you'll understand when we get there. But okay, these first two are actually. Good way to start and end the week. We started the week talking about Cars on Japanese DS. Why don't we talk about Cars on Swedish PS2? And so the big thing here is that in Sweden, the word for car is bilar. I believe bilar is also plural. So bilar, that's what it says here, B-I-L-A-R. And it's a good time to mention that Sweden has the best candy on the world. And they have these, I want to call them gummy candies, but like that doesn't really properly describe it. But the best candy that I've been eating ever since I was a little kid was bilar, and yeah, it's just kind of funny that now I know that word is candy, but it's cars on in Swedish. So this is a Swedish variant of Cars, which is really, really cool. PS2 games come in these cool blue cases, but also not only did I get Cars on PS2, I also got the Platinum Hits version of Cars on a Swedish PS2. So of course, love the PS2, love Cars, love Disney, love Sweden. Everything is all coming together in these, so it's funny to get two variants of the same game. I have now, what is that, 3 different versions of Cars in other languages, except English. Kind of funny. That specific game I did play. When I showed off Cars on DS, I didn't play Cars on DS. I played Cars International on DS, and then I played Cars on PS2, so I have actually played this version, obviously not this language, but that specific game way back in the day. Do I have that on the shelf? I hope I do. Yeah, I do. It's all the way back there. But cool. Lots of PS2 games in this episode. Of course, grew up playing the PS2. This next one's pretty interesting. This is Bomberman Hardball, which is a Japanese and European exclusive. We did not get this game here in North America, even though we've had plenty of Bomberman games. And I bought this one specifically because, one, I knew Bomberman, but two, Europe on the whole, not super into baseball. So Sweden, most definitely not that into baseball, but this Bomberman Hardball game is 3 different games. It is tennis, golf, and baseball. Of course, tennis. Tennis is pretty big in Sweden. Golf, I guess, is pretty big in Sweden. Not nearly as big as hockey, but baseball is not big at all. So having a Bomberman game that has baseball included from Europe, just in general, not even Sweden, just Europe in general, is pretty funny. So this is a cool piece to get. I would love to get the Japanese version of this too, but one thing at a time. Continuing this trend of Swedish games, specifically games that we got here in North America, but specifically Swedish variants, we have Chicken Little, and this is interesting. I did not play this game growing up. I played the Game Boy Advance Chicken Little growing up, but I have very quickly played the PS2 version, and the PS2 version has a slightly different cover. It's a little bit darker in the back. I think there's more animation in the back, but this European cover is a lot brighter in the back. It's a much more brighter blue. And it's Chicken Little in Swedish. I think that's fun. I don't know. I'm really enjoying this. So that's really cool. Chicken Little, again, another Disney game. Love Disney. Love Chicken Little. Chicken Little was like, at the time, we used to have like DVD players in the car. And Chicken Little was one of those movies that like we had in the DVD player in the car, and we just never took it out because it was more work for my mom or for whoever was driving. So Chicken Little, we probably watched about 150 times in a row just in the car because we never decided to change the movie. So it happens. It happens. The next game is a game we also talked about, I believe, in that PAL arc. I don't know if I got it specifically from Sweden or if I got it from Game and DVD Exchange. They had a bunch of PAL PS2 games at the time. So I don't know if I talked about it then or specifically from Sweden. Whatever it is, we talked about Crazy Frog Racer 1, and now we have Crazy Frog Racer 2. So this is, as it seems, the sequel to Crazy Frog Racer, but I believe we only got one Crazy Frog Racer in North America. Crazy Frog is a lot bigger in Europe in general. Crazy Frog is created by a Swedish musician. And so Europe got 2 Crazy Frog Racers. I believe we got this one, not the original, I'm pretty sure. But this is a neat one. Now I have both. There's also a couple more Crazy Frog games in Europe. I know there's a DS game. I think there's a GBA game that we got. I got to double check that. But this is definitely a funny guy. It's a funny guy. We love Crazy Frog. It is ingrained into my brain, that song. So funny. Anyway, going back briefly to the NHL games, we have one more NHL game. I think I actually showed this one off. What does that say? I don't have my glasses on. I can't see, but I think I showed this game off on PS3 when it came from Sweden back in September, and this is just the PS2 version of NHL 08, and with Henrik Zetterberg on the cover, another Swedish athlete. So, very cool. There's still a lot more Swedish variants that I need to get. Not all of them are on Concept Entertainment, so I got to work on that. I don't really know where else I would find them besides Concept, because eBay isn't super reliable for that kind of thing, but still very fascinating to get now a third version of it. The second to last game I'm going to show off, and just going along with the other Swedish movies that I watched growing up, but now in Swedish, it is Shark Tale. I don't know what else you want me to say about that. Shark Tale, I played this game very briefly when I had it. I think I still have it, maybe? I don't see it on my shelf. I know I had it at some point. Maybe I sold it, and I just wanted the other variant. So there we go. There's Shark Tale. But and the very last game I want to show, if you've seen this channel before, you know we love this guy. We had a bunch of PS2 games, some Xbox games, some NHL games, but lots of movie games in Swedish. So naturally, we have to end with Shrek 2. In Swedish. Everything is in Swedish on the back. I'll let you get another look at him because he's looking right at you. Cool. PAL GameCube games. But anyway, that's the end of the November Splurge. It happened to turn out that I went on a lot of trips, made a lot of purchases that all came together in the same time frame. So this is really cool. I'm really glad I had a chance to talk about all these games. And yeah, I didn't really do any research for these games. Obviously, I was just talking about them offhanded. But if there's anything that you know about these games that I don't, please let me know or correct me. I would love to continue learning about these Swedish video games as much as I have hopefully taught you something. But if you've tuned into the entire series, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching today. And maybe I'll put together a little saga of all the videos together. But until then, like I said, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next week on Thursday. On Thursday next week for a new video. So until then, bye.